This episode of The Bob and Katie Show is brought to you by Supermom007.com.
Welcome, everybody, to The Bob and Katie Show.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Bob. I think I need to go see a doctor.
What's wrong with you?
I think I'm losing my mind.
Aren't we all?
No,
Join the club.
I'm being serious. Have you ever, you have to do something, and you're like, hey, I'm going to go do this thing, like maybe in another room, and then you walk in there, and you just look at the walls and go, the hell did I come in here for?
It happens to me like a dozen times every day.
It's happening to me a lot. A lot.
It's being a parent.
Right now, you asked me to do something earlier, and I went into our bedroom, and I'm telling you now, whatever it was you asked me to do, I didn't do it. Because I got in there.
I don't know what I asked you to do.
And I was like, I don't remember what she said to do. And I wasn't going to ask you because it could have been something I didn't want to do. Maybe my brain was just like, nope. Deleted.
Maybe it was your conscience going, I need to do something. I need to go pick up my socks off the floor.
Any socks? I'd have socks on the floor today?
I'm sure he did.
Oh.
I'm sure I probably picked them up. I don't know.
I mean, I've done that before. Everybody's done that. But it's happening so much recently.
Mm-hmm. I feel you.
I
feel you, homie.
I put stuff down and then I forget where I put it.
Mm-hmm. You do that with your phone a lot.
I do.
Because you'll lay your phone down in the most random place, like a place that you would never think to look if you couldn't find it.
Right.
You lay your phone where on the side of the bathtub. Or
no, everybody does that. Come on. Who goes
I have never laid my phone on the side of the bathtub. Yeah.
Where do you put it? The sink?
What?
I know you take that phone in there with you when you go to the bathroom.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You used to use the bathroom for 5 minutes. Now it's like 15. It's because of that phone. You know what I'm talking about? You go in there with your phone and you sit down.
You have no room to... It's the only quiet time I get. Jeez. You're done
using the bathroom and 10 minutes later you're still on Facebook or doing whatever you got to do. Everybody does it.
It's the only quiet time I get. I take advantage of it.
If I gotta use the bathroom, my tummy starts rumbling, it's just I start panicking because I can't find my phone. I'm like, I can't use the bathroom. I don't got my phone.
Or if you have to use the bathroom and your phone's about to die, you're like, no.
I'm just gonna have to wait. I'm gonna suck it in.
I'm gonna go stick my phone on the charger real quick, let it charge for a minute. Anyway, I've got one for you.
Okay.
Speaking of absent-mindedness, I actually did this today, and I got a good laugh at myself. Okay, I vacuumed the carpet today. Entire apartment. I get done and I go to empty the canister.
You said the entire apartment like it's this huge mansion thing. It's
like this vast amount of carpet. No. Anyway, I vacuumed the whole apartment and I get done and I go to empty the canister and there's one itty bitty little lint ball in there. And I was like, no.
Something's wrong.
I wish our carpet was really that clean, but it's not. Okay. This ain't right. There should be dirt in here.
There's a lint ball right there.
Yeah.
I can see it from here right now.
I did just vacuum 2 days ago, but still, I could vacuum every day and still get dirt off of our carpet. I'm like, something's wrong here. And I knew while I was vacuuming, I said, something don't feel right. Did
you hit the power button? Did you have headphones on and you were just you didn't have it on?
No, I had it on. Okay. Oh my God, I'm not, how retarded you, when you're vacuuming, the power's not even on. Katie, this thing's not even plugged in. What the heck are you doing?
You didn't even unroll it from that hooky thing on the back
I just went through the motions. No, it was on. The power was on. And anyway, I knew something didn't feel right. And in my head, I'm like, this is kind of a inexpensive vacuum cleaner. We got it from Walmart.
Sure.
A few months ago. I'm like, the power, it just must not be as powerful. Okay. But yeah, I go to empty the canister. I was like, no, something's not right. Well, I just vacuumed a couple days ago and I took the filter apart and I cleaned it. So I said, I must not have put something together right. Because that happened to me once before. You don't snap it in exactly right and it can mess with the suction. So I check everything. I put it back together right. I'm like, what is going on here? Is this thing broken?
You're killing me. This is taking forever. I want to know what happened. It's this puzzle, and you're like, hey, I fixed it, but I don't want to show you the end of the puzzle.
Let me finish my story. Okay. Our vacuum cleaner on the side, it has a switch. One side of the switch says floor. The other side says tools.
What?
It has a switch. You switch it. So One, floors, you vacuum the floors.
So you're supposed to clean the floor and you're supposed to clean tools with it?
No, it's for like the hose.
For the hose? You're having hose in here while I'm at work?
Oh my God. The hose with like the attachment.
Oh, it's saying that you can use the...
You switch it to use the attachments, okay? I was using those the other day. I was vacuuming the lampshades. Yes, I do that. Lampshades get disgusting. But anyway, I never switched it back to floor. Mm-hmm. So the whole time I'm vacuuming our apartment, it's like the suction is coming through like the hose part.
Right.
It's just going nowhere. The whole apartment.
So did you go back and vacuum again?
Yes, I had to. Like, I was done. I had worked up a sweat. I was sweating. And then I was like, well, dang. And I had to go back over the entire carpet. And I fixed it and I was, yeah, this is much better. I felt so stupid. I was so mad at myself. I was like, I done got all sweaty vacuuming this carpet. And it was just nothing. Just nothing.
That's awesome. So you reminded me of something that happened to me. Talking about our tiny little apartment and our not so expensive vacuum cleaner. I was at work, and I don't talk about my work on the podcast. I go out of my way not to do that, but I can't help but to share this story. I was at work, and where I work at, the attire that I wear, it's very noticeable that I work there. Okay? So someone comes up to me and goes...
Do they say, do you work here?
No. Hear me out. Someone comes up to me and I feel really bad. I can't remember his name, but he goes, "Hey, are you Bob?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I had a name tag on. So I thought, it was just somebody just being funny. Right. And then he goes, "You do that podcast, right?"
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I know. I was like, yeah, yes, I do.
Why, yes, I am that Bob that you speak of.
And you ever looked at somebody's face and you can tell they're getting ready to ask you a question? Mm-hmm. There's, their lips pucker up just a little bit and you just see them, like their eyebrows go up. He could have asked me any question in the world. And this is what he asks me. He goes,
"Oh my gosh.
Why are you here?"
Like at work?
Yeah. And I said, "I don't understand your question." And he goes, "You work here?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Why?"
Let me tell you, sweetheart, there ain't much money in podcasting.
That never crossed my mind. I didn't know if he just thought like it was a bad place to work. And I was like, no, I said, it's a pretty cool job. I was like, I like my job. I like working here. And
but you're Bob.
He goes,
the Bob. He goes, of the Bob and Katie show.
He goes, "No, that's not what I mean. Why do you have to work? You have the podcast." And I laughed. Like I just started laughing. And he just had that look on his face. Like, I don't understand why you're laughing.
Is that what people think?
Like, I guess
do people think we're rolling into podcast dough over here? In all actuality, we lose money on the podcast. We pay more out of pocket than anything that we make.
We do. I love almost all of our sponsors. We've had a hiccup every now and then.
Oh no, we've had fantastic sponsors.
There was one that I really didn't. I ended up not. I don't want to talk about it. But the point is, if you notice a trend about our sponsors. It's, most of the time it's like, home businesses and things like that. We're not getting sponsored by like, Hulu or Netflix or anything like that. So no, we're not
Nike.
rolling. I'm not walking around with like the new Jordans because of my podcast.
Hey, it would be cool if we got like Converse to sponsor us.
Yeah.
It's like, I could show them my tattoo. I have a tattoo of a Converse on my arm. Sponsor me.
But it's an audio podcast. You got to think about like.
I could send them a picture.
Yeah. I want to get sponsored by like snack companies. Like they want to send me some snacks.
Like Fritos?
Yeah, something like that.
Or Doritos. I'd much rather have free Doritos.
You hear that, Mr. Dorito CEO? The Bob and Katie show wants to sponsor Doritos, so send us some.
Dr. Pepper.
But yeah, he legitimately didn't. He thought that, I guess he just thought that we were making tons of money from doing this. And it kind of made me feel good. I was like, maybe our show, it sounds.
We are professionals.
Yeah, we're professional now. And I feel really bad because I can't remember his name. But I definitely explained to him that no. Yeah, we're losing money on this deal. We do this because it's fun. It's like any other hobby. It costs money. And
we enjoy it.
Yeah, this just happens to be a hobby that we can share with people. But I thought that was funny.
It's definitely worth it to us. That's really cool. Man, I don't want to ever come out to me in public. Never mind. I don't ever leave the house.
You don't go anywhere. You don't. Maybe one day.
If somebody came up to me, like I'm at the grocery store, be like, "Excuse me, are you Katie?" like the Katie from the Bob and Katie show, I'd probably pee myself.
They go, we're never listening to that podcast again. We scared her like a little deer.
Be like, man, she sounds really nice on the podcast, but in real life, she's a weirdo.
Well, it's New Year's Eve. It's 11:19. We're closing in on the 12 o'clock hour. You know, this is the time of year that everybody says the same thing.
I'm going to lose weight next year.
I'm going to lose weight. There was this study I read that the next 2 months is like the most money that America spends on gym equipment and gym memberships.
Diet supplements.
That's right.
All that good stuff.
Which leads me to believe that around March, that's probably when like Craigslist blows up with like gym equipment and things.
Treadmill for sale.
Barely used. But it being New Year's Eve means we just got through Christmas.
Barely.
Which was a task this year. Almost to the point where I felt bad about it.
This was only our second Christmas
with
as
chitlins,
parents.
Little babies.
Last Christmas, and it's a whole new world, Christmas time as a parent. It is so completely different. And I think to us, we're kind of at a disadvantage because, I mean, I was 31 whenever I had our kids.
Yeah, old lady. I mean...
You shut your face. But, you know, we had all these years. I mean, we were married for over 7 years before children ever came into the picture. So, you know, it's like we have our own routines and our own traditions. And we went from 0 to 2 kids. And Christmas time, it's just, we're still newbies, like just getting the hang of everything. And it's rough. It's hard. And like, you have this idea in your head of, oh, I have children, it's Christmas time, and it's going to be magical and wonderful. And the reality, it is not always as pleasant as what you hope it will be.
I blame this on social media. Social media, television, it all lies. It all
Everybody, they put this picture in your head of like the perfect life, and everybody tries to obtain it, and when it's impossible.
No, it doesn't happen.
It's impossible.
The same thing happened with the pregnancy. I know that I brought this up before, but like when you don't have kids, you see people on Facebook that are pregnant.
Everybody's glowing and smiling
and having babies, and it's the most beautiful.
And
it's beautiful. It's wonderful. Life is great, and it's not. It's disgusting. It's stressful. It's expensive. Your whole world's flipping upside down. You know what's beautiful about pregnancy? The pictures that you take for just a split second and you post those. Those are beautiful. The memories are beautiful. And I get that. But the actual time that you're going through it can be gross. Like that's the only thing that I can think of. It could be gross. And it was the same way with Christmas. We were like, this is going to be great. We have these plans, and it didn't work out.
Last year, Christmas time, our kids, they were really little. They were 3.5 months old, and they were preemies. So, you know, they were tiny. They were still on heart monitors. But I remember last year, we went to go put up our Christmas tree. And you and I, we have a tradition. Mm-hmm. We make a big deal out of putting up our Christmas tree. I bake cookies from scratch. Hello. We make hot chocolate. We play Christmas music. We make an event of it. And last year we're like, okay, we're going to do this and include the children. One of the most miserable times of my entire life. The children were like, I see you want to have a pleasant evening, and I don't think so. They were like so cranky. They just cried, and like we spent the entire time like I decorated the tree by myself while you tried to keep them from screaming their heads off. Yeah, I ended up doing it by myself, and it took like 5 times as long, and it was horrible.
It was like a task.
Yeah, it
wasn't like, hey, let's celebrate Christmas. It's like, at one point I was like, why are we doing this? Like,
this is what people do.
Like, why are we doing it right now? Let's just shove it. We have a fake Christmas tree. Just put it back in the box. Let's put it back in the box.
We don't need it that bad.
Let's be done with this. Let's go play video games or something. I don't know. Let's do something else.
But you live and you learn. So this year we're like, okay, as much as I'd love to include the kids in this, really fun evening, we put the kids to bed and then decorated our Christmas tree. And we made cookies. They were not from scratch this year. But
they were from that plastic pouch.
But still, they
were delicious though. You did a good job.
Thank you. We learned our lesson. And I would love to include the kids. And maybe in a few years, Yes, awesome. But I'm like, man, they're 15 months. Decorating a Christmas tree? No, it's not going to happen. They're going to want to touch everything. So yeah, we were like, I'm not even putting myself through that. We put them to bed and we decorated our Christmas tree at like 10 o'clock at night.
Worked out fine.
But then like, we had our best friends over, Megan and Morgan and their kids.
Yes.
We always get together, usually, early in the month of December, and we do like a Christmas thing with them, exchange gifts and whatnot. And I remember Megan, she's so sweet and so thoughtful. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, she's one of the most thoughtful people you'll ever meet.
And if you're new to the podcast, you can go back to the episode Winter Honey Bun Dinner, and we actually have Megan and Morgan on that episode.
She hates clowns, but she's very thoughtful.
And it's a when we have them over for this, it's a horrible experience trying to edit because you two sound exactly the same.
I know. I never realized that our voices sounded so much alike until listening to that podcast. And I'm like, oh my God, that sounds like me. It's
confusing.
And I've been best friends with Megan for, God, 12 years or something like that?
Long time. Yeah.
I never realized our voices sounded that much alike. So anyway, she's over here and we had a day full of Christmassy fun stuff. And Megan brought ornaments. There were wooden ornaments for all the kids to paint. Our 2 kids and her 2 kids. And our kids, Reagan actually did pretty well. I
saw that, yeah.
Riley, he wanted to eat the paint. He wanted to hold the paintbrush by the end with the paint on it. Like he was not having it. I wouldn't let him eat the paint and he would scream. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's another example of those things you're like, oh, it's so much fun. Let's do this fun Christmassy thing. And the kids are like, no, we're not going to let you have fun.
And another thing that like we did that we were like, hey, this is going to be good. This is going to be great. And it didn't turn out that way. Our kids, when they're in their room playing, we have one of those little mats. I don't know, what is that thing called that like a newborn baby would lay on?
Oh, like a play mat, like an activity mat.
And you lay on their back and they play with the little danglies hanging from it. And Riley likes to flip it over and go underneath it. And then Reagan started doing this thing where she crawls underneath the crib. I think we talked about it on the episode before. So we decided, and it was your idea. This is on you. It was a great idea. A tent. We want to get them a tent for Christmas. Mm-hmm. And we know they're going to like it. So you picked out this tent that actually comes with 2 pieces, 1 TP and like 1 dome, and it's got like a little tunnel run. It's like a big hamster cage.
Yes, 3 pieces. A dome tent, a TP tent, and the tunnel that connects the 2. So cool.
So Christmas Eve night, the babies are asleep, and we set it up. And in our mind, we're going to get them out of bed on Christmas morning.
Oh yeah, you have this idea of Christmas morning with your children, and they're going to be smiling and happy, and there's a twinkle in their eye.
The sunlight's coming through the windows. They rub their eyes, and they're happy to see you. And we're going to put them on the ground and let them walk into the living room, and they're going to see their tent, their magnificent play place. It's theirs. It's their kingdom. They're going to run to it, right? They're going to open up the flaps and they're going to go inside and they're going to crawl through the tunnels.
There will be laughter and
they're just going to look at us and they're going to smile. And even though they can't really talk, they're going to look at us and we're going to know that they're saying, oh, mommy and daddy, we love you. And this is the best Christmas ever. So we set up cameras. We want to get this all. We want to get it all on video.
We set up what was actually our cell phone to record. We have a tripod that holds our cell phone and we set it up to record as they're walking into the living room Christmas morning. Because, we are so excited.
2 different cameras going.
Because last year they were so tiny. So we're like, this is it. Christmas morning with our kids. So yeah, we had 1 camera on the tripod. I think you were holding the other one, recording. We're like, we're going to get this.
Going to edit this video together and put it on YouTube. It's going to have 1,000 million bazillion
They're going to be so cute. So we go get them up. We let them walk into the living room. I think you were in front of them. I was behind them. Because we kind of have to herd our kids. It's like a herd. Yeah. You get more than one and you have to like herd them like they're cattle, like, okay, come on. So they go into the living room. They make it like halfway into the living room. Reagan
sees the tent,
turns around and goes back to her bedroom.
Yeah, she's like, no, this is.
She's like, I'm not having it. There's presents. There's a tent. There's stockings full of goodies. There's all this stuff. Santa Claus has come. And she just turns back around and goes back in her bedroom. It's like, I'm not doing it. Riley was actually really excited. He saw the tent and he starts running towards it, right?
Yeah.
He runs towards it. Before he can get to it.
Here it goes. Here it goes.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh, he loves it.
It's happening. We're going to get it on video.
Before he gets about 3 steps before the tent and he sees the TV remote.
Oh, that's way cooler than the tent.
And he makes like a complete right turn and goes to get the TV remote.
And that's what he wants to play with.
And we don't let him play with the remote, so we take it from him. And he proceeds to throw a temper tantrum because, all these gifts and toys to play with, he doesn't want those. He wants the TV remote.
Yes.
So that's how our Christmas morning started is, cranky children. And so we're like, okay, let's open some presents with them. Surely they'll enjoy tearing the wrapping paper. Mm-hmm. They're 15 months old. They're going
to get this.
Every kid at that age loves just to tear the wrapping paper. So we each have a kid and we're like, yeah, let's rip this paper. And they're like, nope.
And then I finally get Riley to rip some paper. And this is what he does. He rips a huge chunk of it off. And instead of going, oh, what's on the inside? He looks at this wrapping paper and stands up and proceeds to run and wave it in the air. Like he was like, you're right, Dad. This is great. This is wonderful.
Reagan, I think she just kind of threw a temper tantrum the whole time. Like, I had her, down on the floor in my lap, and she's just, flailing, like, I don't want to do this. So, I think the first gift we opened, we got them little baby beanbag chairs. Because you have a beanbag chair. Mm-hmm. They like to sit in it. So we found little kid beanbag chairs. Riley's is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one. Reagan's has Minnie Mouse on it. It's pink, okay? This is the first big boxes. We open them up. We get their chairs out. Nope. They don't want to have nothing to do with them. Mm-mm. Just cranky. So then we proceed to just quickly unwrap all the rest of the presents
because they're just dump in the floor.
They're crying. They're flailing themselves on the floor. We're like, let's find one of the toys that make noise and distract them. It was horrible. By the time they got done opening their presents, I was miserable, and I was like, well, that did not go at all how I'd hoped. My little mommy soul was crushed. It was horrible.
But you know what? We fell right into conformity. We jumped right in line. We got some good pictures, and we posted them on Facebook. Everything was just great. Everything was wonderful.
I didn't post any pictures on Facebook from Christmas morning. I'm still editing them.
You know what? Maybe I didn't either. I put the pictures up about the tent and stuff, about them playing in the tent, which was fun.
They warmed up to the tent, and later in the day they played with it, and they love it now.
Oh yeah, they love the tent. We get in the tent every day. Every day we get in the tent and play.
Yeah, they love it. They love it now. But Christmas morning they didn't.
I get in the tent by myself sometimes, just laying there and look at my phone. And every now and then
I go in there and I'll get in the tent and play with them, and they just leave.
They leave. And you just stand there.
I'm just in the tent.
Every now and then the flap will come open, a baby will come in and crawl over you and walk through the tunnel and then leave.
You came home one day and I was laying in the tent and the kids are outside of it playing, and you're like,
are you okay? What's going on?
What are you doing in there? Are you sleeping? Oh, but yeah, Christmas, or I think pretty much any holiday, because this started, I remember Halloween when we took them to the pumpkin patch. I was like, we're first time taking our kids to the pumpkin patch, and you know me and my pumpkins. What episode was that? It was a whole pumpkin episode.
I don't know.
Anyway, my love of pumpkin. We took him to the pumpkin patch, and I was like, I'm gonna get some cute pictures. And Reagan would not touch a pumpkin to save her life.
That was horrible.
Every picture she's in from that day, she's mouth wide open, tears in her eyes, just she wasn't having any part of it. So I don't know. It's something about holidays with children. You get your hopes up, and you're like, it's gonna be magical and wonderful. And Christmas is the best.
Well, it's kind of like, I know that parents struggle with this, whether you have 1 kid, 2 kids, 8 kids, whatever.
It's not.
You want to take a picture of them, right?
Yeah.
And you take 15 pictures because you're trying to get the one where they're smiling.
50.
But when you have 2, it's like trying to get them both to smile and look at you at the same time is...
Or just, I don't even need them...
It's almost impossible.
It's okay if they don't smile. If they would just sit still for a nanosecond. We got them Christmas pajamas.
Oh, yeah.
The cutest Christmas pajamas you'll ever see in your life. I was over the moon excited about these Christmas pajamas. Riley's was Santa Claus, and Reagan's was an elf. I got them at Target. So anybody who shopped at Target probably saw these pajamas. So cute. I was so excited. So, was it about a week before Christmas, I think? We're like, let's go ahead and let them wear these pajamas. And I'm going to try to get a cute picture of them. Because I didn't want to try to do it Christmas Eve night. Because we're like, it's going to be a lot going on.
It's going to be too much, yeah.
I want a cute picture of them. Let's go ahead and do it now. So we get them in their cute Christmas pajamas. And we're just like, oh my God, they're so cute. Let's take a picture.
Wouldn't sit together for nothing.
We were both like sweaty and mad.
It was.
It was like we spent a good half an hour.
Oh, a long time, yeah.
Trying. Like, I had the camera and I'm like in position and like you would have them and like you're like, okay, are you ready? Okay, and you would like let go and hop out of the way and boom, they take off.
We couldn't get a picture of them together.
It took us so many. It's in like every picture they're like running. Like I had to like catch them mid stride. It was, I'm telling you, like everything that we tried to do anyway remotely towards Christmas and Christmas festivities, they're like, nope.
Not having it.
Not going to cooperate, Mom and Dad. I don't think so.
You got anything else about Christmas you want to talk about?
So, Christmas Day, we had my family over to our house. I didn't do all the cooking, but I did a good bit of the cooking. And like I said, we had everybody over.
Did you hear that? That's our house guest talking to us.
Oh, yes. That's Clyde.
You want to say hello, Clyde?
He wants a treat.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Go get him a treat real fast.
He's had like 6 already.
Don't say that. He's only had 2. We don't want the owner.
Don't tell Jared.
Yeah, don't tell Jared.
Yeah, we're cat sitting for like 10 days, and I've become very attached.
Yep, we knew it was going to happen.
He's been here a week. I get it. I get very easily attached to animals.
Every night I go to bed before you, and like the cat comes out here, and you guys just cuddle on the couch.
He does. Like he's okay with the kids. He's old. He's what? He's like 13 years old.
Yeah, he's pretty old, I think.
He's old, and he doesn't mind the kids. But while the kids are up, he goes and hides under our bed for the most part. He comes out sometimes, but it's like as soon as I lay him down for a nap, he comes out in the living room, hangs out with me, and then the same thing at night when we put him to bed. As soon as they go to bed, he's out. The kids love, especially Riley. He tries to say kitty, and oh my gosh, he gets so excited. Or cat. I mean, he doesn't say it that well, but I know what he's saying. He's so excited. Like, they're going to be crushed when this cat leaves.
Yeah, we're probably just not going to tell him. Just going to take the cat away.
They're going to be like, cat, for like a year. Cat. Anyway, Christmas Day, my family comes over. It's nice. It's lovely. They come in and like, I'm trying to finish cooking, stuff for Christmas dinner. And Mason, our nephew, he's 4, almost 5. And he's like, can we open presents now? Can we open presents? And I'm like, well, let me get this casserole in the oven. And then I'll have a few minutes and we'll go open presents.
Sure.
So he asked me so many times. He was so excited. So finally I was like, okay, pop the thing in the oven. I was like, let's open presents. Before I can ever leave the kitchen, like I never left the kitchen, I turn around and look. Presents are open.
Yeah, they're all open.
Like, everybody's like, I'm done. Like, I didn't get to see my kids open their presents.
Nope.
I didn't get to see everybody else open our gifts to them. My family was like, rah! Like they just tore into it. I didn't even know what our kids got, like from other people. I was like, all right then.
Like not only did you not know what the kids got at first, but some of it apparently got thrown away.
Yeah, something Reagan got, like it has another piece that's supposed to be with it, and I'm like, I haven't seen it anywhere. It probably got left in the box, thrown away.
It was like, when you open a box, sometimes it's got that one piece that's like taped to the side. It probably never got untaped.
And kids' toys and stuff, like, they'll be, like, having stuff that's screwed into the package and a million zip ties and tape, and they get intense. So, it was just, I don't know. I think the whole day, it was just, like, nothing went as planned. It wasn't a bad day. It was not a bad day. We had a lovely, wonderful Christmas, but it was just, like, it was not a storybook Christmas.
But the sweet potato casserole was on point.
My sweet potato casserole was banging.
I told one of our guests that we have on every now and then, Rich,
who has never
had
a sweet potato. Yeah. Next time we have him on the show, because I know we'll have him on there again, I'm gonna make sweet potato casserole.
The plan is for him to actually come here to our house. Like, he might even come and, like, stay the night one night, and we'll just do a podcast late one night. You've got to make him some sweet potato casserole.
I will have to do that.
We'll have, like, pizza and sweet potato casserole.
Pizza and sweet potato casserole.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Dinner of champions. So we had your family over too, actually the day after Christmas.
After Christmas, yeah.
Because that's just how things worked out. Everybody came over here and we actually opened presents all together. That was nice. Mm-hmm. But the kids, they got several presents that day. Toys, outfits, all kinds of good stuff. But the thing Riley...
Oh, yeah. I know what you're about to talk about.
Adored most. Your parents, this was really cool. They made everybody an ornament out of like a tree limb. It was like sliced off tree limbs, like a round.
Like I know what you're talking about, but the way that you're making it sound is like like they're giving us like tree limbs for Christmas. It's not what happened. It's kind of like imagine when you go get a Christmas tree, they cut off the end and it makes like a disc. It's like that, but it's a little smaller. It's smaller. Yeah. It wasn't like a box of tree limbs.
No. It was maybe 2 inches.
Yeah.
Across, anyway, it was really cool. And then they took a wood burner, mm-hmm. and each person had their name on one side,
and they did a good job with that too.
And in 2015 on the other side, and it had like a ribbon. It was, they were really, really pretty, and yet each one of us got one. It was really, really
with
cool.
their name on it.
Well, Riley opened his.
By far his favorite present.
His favorite
all Christmas long
thing of Christmas, a piece of wood.
Yep, it was a wooden disc. That's all it was.
A piece of wood. And
it didn't make noise.
We tried to take it from him so he could open more presents.
He wasn't having it.
When I was going to put them all together. Because, it had ribbon on it. And I was like, well, I didn't want it to get messed up before I could hang it on the tree. I tried to take it from him. And I didn't, just snatch it away. I was like, come here, Riley. I was like, let me hold your ornament. And, he held it out. And when I took it from his hand, he just had a melt. Mm-hmm. Big tears. He was so upset.
They're starting to have meltdowns.
He was so upset, so I gave it back to him, and that was his favorite thing.
And I'm just sitting over here like,
wood.
Please don't put that in your mouth, because I know my parents made them, so it's not like they went to the store and bought they got out in their backyard and cut a limb out the tree and made those things. So I'm like, oh, don't put that in your mouth. Don't put it in your mouth. But no, he loved it. He absolutely loved it. It was great.
It was so funny. I'm like, all the tent. The toys that make noise. Mm-hmm. No, he wanted this piece of wood.
Yeah. His
favorite thing ever. And I'm like, of course, figures. But anyway, that was our Christmas. Now it's New Year's Eve, the end of the holiday. And I don't know if anybody else feels this way. After Christmas is over, Christmas night, you kind of have this, oh man, it's over.
I don't know. This year I was kind of like, oh man, it's over.
Part of me was a little this year was just really, really stressful for us, but we still had lots of moments that we enjoyed. But
it was stressful. It was stressful. It was tiring to the point where when my parents came over, I guess maybe, I don't feel like I was mean to anyone, but maybe I was just not super outgoing and pleasant to the point mm-hmm. where when my family left, my mom called and was like, did we make you mad? No. Why?
That happens so much, not just with your family. Anytime anybody comes over to our house, they leave.
They leave and there's that guy's a jerk.
They call me and go, why was Bob so mad?
I want to let everybody in on a secret. I'm tired. That's it. That's the only thing. I'm an angry person, and I get that. But that's normally not what the problem is. It's just, I'm just tired.
And all the years I have known you, do you know how many times I have had to explain to people, he's not mad.
I'm not mad. It's just who I am.
I told you the other day, I think my mom and my sister had been here. And sure enough, I got one of those phone calls later that evening.
Bob, okay.
Was he mad at me? Did I do something to make him mad? And I was like, no, he just has an angry disposition.
I'm just going to have to walk around looking like the Joker, just smiling constantly.
I have to have a chat with you anytime we have guests over. I'm like, okay, be nice. I know you're not mad, but other people think that you're being mad. Mm-hmm. We go through this all the time.
I think it's that I go to work and I try to be really professional and outgoing and happy.
At home, you're just screw it.
I burn it up. And by the time I'm home, I'm like, oh, no, I don't want to do anything anymore. I hate life. Oh!
Anyway, totally off track.
Sorry.
It's okay. It happens. It happens very easily to me. My brain, I feel like I'm like a hamster sometimes.
What? What did you compare yourself to?
I have a short attention span.
Okay.
Anyway, Christmas night, I feel like a little sad. I'm like, you spent all this time preparing and, just getting ready. And then it's like, boom, it's over so fast.
Sure.
And then you're like, okay, well, at least there's still New Year's. You still have, you have like that week in between where you're kind of like winding down. You're like, it's still the holiday a little bit. Yeah, okay. And then like, it's New Year's Eve. And I'm like, New Year's Eve, I get all like reminiscent. I'm like looking back over the year. Like, do you get that way? Like, do you get reminiscent?
I don't.
Like, you don't ever go like, oh, this is what I did this year, or this is what I didn't do this year.
I'm just like, okay, awesome. Let's give it another shot. That's really it. Like, the one thing that I think about the most is right now, it's turning 2016. One of the top things on my mind about 2016 is that I know for a fact, I know this to be true, I'm going to spend the next month erasing 5s and writing 6s.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do for the next month. I'm going to fill out paperwork and I'm going to go, crap, I wrote the wrong year. A little scratch mark through it. I write with a pen a lot, so I'm just going to throw it away or mark.
Oh.
That's what I think about.
Remember when you were a kid, like that first week back to school after, Christmas vacation and after New Year? It was always, oh my gosh, because how many times do you write the date on your paper at school?
I write the date every day at work.
That was rough.
So that's what I think about.
So, well, New Year's Eve, I always get very, I'm a very sentimental person as it is.
Oh, I know.
But I'm always very reflective, and part of me is sad about the things that I wanted to do this year and didn't get done, the weight that I wanted to lose and didn't yet again. Mm-hmm. But then I go, oh, okay, cool. I did some pretty cool things. This year we had so many firsts because of the kids. So many firsts. Including their first birthday, which was really big. But yeah, so many, we still had a lot of first holidays and just a lot of firsts with them. Big firsts. And then I did my first 5K this year, which was a really big deal to me.
Yeah.
And just lots of firsts, lots of exciting things. But yeah, I always get very reflective and, and then also hopeful about the new year.
And another thing that I think about with the new year, despite what some people might think, we don't, we're not making tons of money with the podcast. We're living, we're okay. But another part about the new year is I'm like, all right, tax time. We're going to get some money back.
Yes.
We can pay some of this debt from Christmas that we don't racked up buying things we can
Surely
afford.
We're not the only ones.
No way. Everybody's thinking.
Surely we're not.
All right, my job's going to hurry and get these W-2 forms here. I'm about to.
Christmas
sinking.
Broke me.
I'm sinking hard. I need this.
Where's some W-2s?
I don't know, maybe I'm just not that sentimental person.
I think I'm sentimental enough for the both of us. Thank God you're not more sentimental than you are. Or lordy lord.
Yeah, it would be bad. But I do like to see you sentimental, if that makes sense. I like to see you happy and enjoy things. So I like that part of it. But if I was single, I don't know that I would go out and do anything for New Year's Eve. I don't know that I would stay up.
We never go out and do it. I can't tell you the last time we went out for New Year's.
Nah, I don't know.
It makes me uncomfortable because I think about all the people that's drinking and driving, which I can't stand.
There's a lot of them.
And so, yeah, I'm I'd rather just stay home.
Speaking of drinking, are you nervous?
About what?
I got you a bottle of champagne in there for New Year's Eve. That's what you wanted.
Oh.
I'm going to make you open it.
Oh my gosh. Opening champagne terrifies me.
Yeah. You're going to do that, right? You're going to open it.
Of course I'm going to open it.
All right. Well, let's do this.
It can't possibly be as bad as the time we went to Wine and Design. Not you.
Okay.
When Megan got married, well, before she got married, for her bridal shower, we went to Wine and Design. It was there was a group of 4 of us girls. I was pregnant at the time, so I wasn't drinking. I think I had a Coke Zero or something like that. But anyway, Megan actually had pink champagne. Okay. Jess, one of our other friends, she opens it for her. And she had never opened a bottle of champagne before, if I'm not mistaken. I think this was her first bottle of champagne she ever opened.
Yeah.
And so I think she didn't realize the top would pop off. And when she opened it, the top popped off and went through the ceiling tile.
Oh my God.
And made a hole in the whole room, because the room was full of people. The room just fell silent and everybody's staring.
Chirp, chirp.
And
Chirp, chirp.
so me, I say, well, we're here to party.
The life of it. So maybe we should go out on the balcony and open
it outside.
Open it outside. I don't need a hole in the roof or the ceiling of the apartment for the next half a year that we're here. So it's 11:56. Why don't we pause the show? We'll go and...
We could pause it and they would never know.
All right, yeah. Let's pause the show. Let's go open the champagne and bring in the new year. We'll be right back. So we did it. We made it to 2016.
I know, it's so crazy. We were talking earlier. I was like, I remember Y2K. All the fuss everybody made. Like, oh, the computers are going to stop working.
Yeah.
Because I was still in high school. I feel like, I don't know, like, I can't believe it's 2016.
Everybody was buying up toilet paper and canned goods.
Yeah. Like, we don't know what's going to happen at the strike of midnight.
There's an extra decimal point. The computers are going to shut down. So we ended 2015 recording a podcast.
And began 2016 the same way, yeah.
I think it's going to be a good year for us.
Well, you know, like what they say, like what you're doing at the beginning of the year, that's what you're going to be doing all year. So
I look forward to it. It's fun. I like doing it.
You know, 2015 was our first like solid year of doing the podcast because we started at the end of 2014. So we've been doing it for just a little over a year now. We've got a solid year under our belt.
Yeah, we do. I'm getting a little sentimental.
Are you?
And it's over.
Just that fast.
Just that fast.
Like a fart in the wind.
If that's what you want to compare my emotions to, sure.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay, so 2016, let's kick it off with our very first sponsor of 2016.
Supermom007.com.
So you can go to supermom007.com. She sells a lot of things. She has like perfumes, fragrances, jewelry. One of the things that I saw that was really awesome was they had the Superman earrings, like little danglies that you can buy.
Oh, that's cool.
And everything's relatively, I don't want to use the word cheap, but it's inexpensive. Like it's affordable.
Yeah.
And, they have cheap shipping. So send it right to your house. I don't know about all you crazy people. I love some
cheap shipping.
You people that went out on Black Friday with all the crowds. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about the crowds with Supermom007.com. You don't have to worry about the rude cashiers. You don't have to worry about the customer service. All you have to worry about is your internet. Does your internet work? And if it does, then you can have that stuff shipped right to your house.
Ours is hit or miss.
So go check it out. Supermom007.com.
.com.
I don't think that's the same company.
No.
Somebody just got free advertisement. All right, that's it, Supermom. You got to come up with a jingle for next time so we can do that. I think it's time to start wrapping up this episode. And I think we'll go out with little Bob o'clock news.
All right, let's have it. Drum roll, please.
It's not a drum roll. We have an intro. We have an intro for the Bob o'clock news.
Yeah.
I'm going to play it right now.
Welcome to the Bob o'clock news. We're so fancy. Best podcast ever.
Okay, so I've got one. This one was, it's not really weird, but I saw it and I was like, that sucks. Santa Claus brought this kid, I guess he's like 11 or 12, a PlayStation 4 for Christmas.
What?
And he was happy.
Oh, of course.
Excited. I got a PlayStation 4. This is the best day of my life. Do you remember getting those presents as a kid where you're like, there's
I remember
nothing
the
better.
Christmas that we got a Nintendo.
Oh, yeah. So there's nothing better, right? And that's what this kid was going to experience until he opens the box and there wasn't a PlayStation 4 in it.
It was a gift in a PlayStation 4 box?
It was a wooden block.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a dirty trick.
The plastic was sealed. It was just a wooden block.
Oh, so like his parents didn't do that.
His parents were just as shocked as he was.
Could you imagine they've dropped all this money
Yeah.
on a PlayStation and it's not in the box?
Well, they ended up taking it back. They got it from Target, and I'm giving Target a shout out. You know, because we always talk bad about Walmart, but Target is
I love Target.
Target's awesome.
I have never had an issue with Target, ever.
So they take this gift back to Target, and Target goes, no problem. and their explanation, it happens. How often
What do you mean it happens?
Yeah, how often does that happen?
Like the PlayStation company's just sticking wooden blocks in random PlayStation boxes?
Well, somebody did it on purpose. It didn't say in the article what it was, but they also scribbled something on it as basically going, ha ha ha. But
like somebody in the factory, like they
some
snuck out.
profanity or something. Yeah.
They snuck out this PlayStation, put in a block of wood. They'll never catch me.
Well, here's what they don't talk about in this article. Everything's closed on Christmas. So this boy did not get his PlayStation 4 on Christmas.
That poor kid.
Do you remember when we got the TV the one year for Christmas and it didn't have the power cable in it? And we couldn't do anything.
I think we actually had another power cable that...
It was like 45 minutes away that I had to drive and get it. But yeah, like you can't do anything. And the remote wasn't in the box. So we didn't have a remote to the TV. It didn't have a power cord or a remote. So that kid had to go through Christmas knowing, hey, I was supposed to get a PlayStation 4 and I didn't.
Poor thing.
And I'm sure that was his big gift.
Oh, yeah. He's having to play with his other Tinker toys.
Tinker toys.
I should be playing with my PlayStation 4 right now. Jeez Louise.
Santa Claus's elves done lost their minds.
Like, I wonder if they got it on video. Like, I wonder if they were videoing this kid's face. Like, oh my gosh, he's opening his big gift. Here it goes, here it goes. And he's like, his face lights up. And then he opens the box to find a block of wood. Like, how crushed was that child's spirit? Like, how crushed was he? That's so sad.
Yeah. It's
poor thing.
Like I could imagine going through something like that.
Like as a kid, that's got to be like the worst. He's gonna remember this Christmas for the rest of his life.
The next article I have is a little more Bob O'Clock News style.
Oh my gosh.
Richland County, South Carolina, keeping it real in the South. Deputies were called to a house over a stabbing. Okay, it turns out it was a domestic dispute between a husband and a wife. Over chicken. That's all it says. I swear it's all it says. They had an argument over chicken.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody got stabbed because of an argument over chicken. It gets better.
They take their chicken very seriously, apparently.
You get down a little bit more down into the article, and it says investigators determined the couple got into an argument over chicken when it turned physical. Deputies say the husband knocked out the wife with a single punch.
Oh my gosh.
What are you arguing about with chicken that you just
I told you, woman, that last piece of chicken is mine.
That you hit your wife in the face with your fist and knock her out over some chicken. I really I want to contact these people and go, you know what? You hit your wife. I'm sure you guys got in trouble. I just want to know, what was the argument about? Tell me about this chicken. I want to know more about this chicken that made this thing.
I hope it was some delicious chicken.
Well, he knocks her out. One punch. Boom. Hits the ground. And she wakes up, and I'm sure her thought is, oh, hell no. And grabs a knife and commences to stabbing this guy. I want to know, with everything that I am, what they possibly could have been arguing about that got to that point.
What makes you wonder, what happens whenever they have, a serious disagreement over something major.
Not, I want chicken nuggets. No, we're having chicken tenders. What's the difference? What's the difference in chicken tenders and chicken nuggets? Are you out of your mind? I mean, I can't comprehend what they could have been arguing about.
I don't know.
It's amazing.
I don't know. In our 8.5 years of marriage, we've never argued over chicken, so I don't know. Wow. I feel like there's a KFC joke in there somewhere.
Yes. I got another.
What is their thing? It's finger licking good.
Yeah.
Is husband stabbing good?
I guess so. I actually have another chicken story.
Oh gosh.
For the Bob O'Clock News.
Was there any bodily harm involved in this one?
No, not this one.
Other than the chicken.
It is a Walmart story though.
Oh my gosh. We talk about Walmart so much.
A woman got arrested in Walmart for driving around on one of those little scooters. You know what I'm talking about?
The motorized?
Yeah, the ones that people drive that really probably don't need to be driving.
Hey, I had to ride on those whenever I was pregnant, and I have a whole new perspective on the people that have to use those. I feel really sorry. My heart goes out to anybody that has to use those, legitimately has to use those. Because I had to use them whenever I was pregnant. I got to the point where I couldn't walk. I was technically on bed rest, but the doctor said I could go to the store. I just couldn't I couldn't walk around. I had to use the cart. And people can be so rude.
They can.
Whenever you're on those. Like, it was terrible. It was so terrible.
Well, I'm telling you right now that is not the case with this story.
Not in this story. Okay. All right.
This woman goes into Walmart.
She's joyriding? Just joyriding around?
Shot up methamphetamines.
While in Walmart?
While in Walmart.
Like the lady, she was friends with the lady that was huffing in the bathroom at Walmart?
I guess so, yeah. She walks out of the bathroom. There's still a lady laying on the ground with a can of compressed air. And she gets one of the carts, gets some sushi, got her some cinnamon rolls. Yeah, I guess the Walmart sold like packaged sushi.
Our Walmart don't sell sushi.
Got her some chicken and a bottle of wine and commenced riding around and eating cinnamon rolls and the chicken and drinking
gosh.
right in the middle of Walmart. So,
living it up in Walmart.
Just having the time of her life.
So she didn't go, I'm assuming she didn't go purchase these items.
You know, it doesn't say that, but I would assume that you're correct.
You think that's fair to assume?
Yeah. Because I mean, like, if you're shooting up drugs in Walmart and then you decide to get on a cart and eat chicken driving around drinking wine, do you think at once it crosses your mind, I should go pay for this?
So I mean, is that like if you, without doing drugs, say I wanted to just go to Walmart and I wanted to ride around in a cart and eat chicken that I had purchased, like, you think, is that okay?
Absolutely,
like,
it is.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's
like,
fine.
Do I have that right?
If you paid for it, yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna go hit up the deli, buy me some chicken, and just cruise the store and eat my chicken.
Well, it's just like, it's the same concept. I went to Walmart one time with Morgan, and we bought some darts. Well,
were you playing darts while you were in the store?
No, not in the store.
That's dangerous.
But we went back home. We bought 2 sets of cheap darts so we could play, and one of them broke. So I was like, you know what? Let's just take these 2 back. And instead of having 2 cheap sets, we'll get 1 nice set and we'll just share them. Well, my thought process was I'm going to walk into Walmart, go back, pick out the darts we want, and then go return the other ones and buy them. Well, I walk in and the lady at the door, you know, this entitled person that thinks they can tell you whatever they want to tell you, goes, you can't take those in the store. I said, why not? Well, you have to take them to returns. I said, well, I want to go get the ones I want. Then I'll go do it all in one transaction. You can't do that.
Because you know you're going to go to the return desk and they're going to go, well, we'll hold these here. Why don't you go grab the ones you want?
Well, I looked at her.
I understand why they do that.
Sure. Yeah. I get that. But I looked at her and I was like, well, I'm not
breaking the law.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go get the darts and then I'm going to go up there and do it all at once. And she goes, you can't do that. I said, why? And there was just this silence and she couldn't answer me. And I said, I'll tell you what, these are mine.
Watch me.
These are mine. I paid for them. They do not belong to you. I will take them anywhere I want to. And she goes, you can't. You have to take them up front. I said, okay, cool. Well, I bought my pants from Walmart too. Do I need to leave those up here?
Oh my God.
And like, she didn't have anything to say. So I just walked off. I didn't do anything wrong. That was my stuff.
Why is Bob always angry?
Well, we got followed by the Walmart.
I'm sure you did.
Asset protection team.
I'm sure you did.
I took them on a little journey. I just walked around for a little while, pretended like I was gonna put stuff in my pocket, and then hustled around. But I took everything up front, and I did the exchange, and that was it. So my point is, yeah, if you buy this stuff, yeah, you can go. Do you
remember this time? This was quite a few years ago. I think we got I guess not really profiled. Anyway, me and you were in Walmart, and what did I have? I think I had a bottle of nail polish. Or it was something really small, and I said, hold this for me. I was looking at something. I said, hold this for me. And you were holding it for me. Like, I can't remember. It was something small, like the fit in your hand. I think it was a bottle of nail polish.
Yeah.
It was wintertime. We were wearing jackets, right? It was cold outside. And you had this in your hand, and you stuck your hands in your pockets.
Yeah, both. Okay.
Like both hands in both pockets. You know what I mean? Not trying to steal it. You just, you know what I mean? Like, surely somebody else out there has done this. Like,
do you remember at the beginning of the show? Let me cut you off for a second. I told you I'm losing my mind. Mm-hmm. As you're telling me this stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this, but I have no idea how it turned out. It's like I'm hearing this for the first time.
It was shortly after that. I mean, you put your hands in your pocket and then, took them back out. We were not trying to steal the bottle of nail polish, okay?
Yeah.
It just so happens it was an accident. You put your hands in your pocket with this in your hand. Anyway, took your hands back out. We ended up looking at lots of different things in the store that day. And we noticed there was this man who was everywhere. And we went from one end of the store to the other. Mm-hmm. I think we looked at feminine products. And anyway, we looked at sections where it was noticeable that he was following us. And he had a little basket. He had a couple items in his basket. But I was like, why is he following us? Like, it was creeping me out to the point where we were like, go down the next aisle, see if he follows us. And he followed us everywhere we went. So anyway, we looked around for a while. We go to check out, pay for the nail polish or whatever it was, and any other items. I think we got a few other things. The guy was in line behind us. Remember we left there, we're like, pretty sure that was the Walmart.
Yeah, he was making sure we paid for everything.
The loss prevention guy. Like, he was dressed in regular clothes, but he so thought we were going to steal. And all I could think was, dude, like, I understand. Like, he saw you had something and, you stuck it in your pocket. But I'm like, we were not stealing this, like, $2 bottle of nail polish. And I'm thinking, how many people stole things while he was following us around because of this bottle of nail polish?
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, like...
Because we were in this store probably at least an hour, you know? Like, we browsed and looked at a lot of things.
There's other people walking around stealing things and he's following us.
My thing was, like, even if he legitimately thought we were trying to steal this cheap bottle of nail polish, I'm like, was it worth him following us around for an hour?
Oh, like, he lost money for sure.
Probably a couple TVs walked out the door, you know? Golly. Oh, he was just doing his job, though. He was just doing his job. You can't get mad about that.
Well, I got one more article, but I want to tell you something first. You know,
I kind of have a hankering to go ride around on the motorized cart and eat some chicken in Walmart.
It's that New Year's champagne that's kicking in.
I guess so. I'm like, huh. Oh, so what happened to? Did they like call? Did we finish talking about this? I don't think
pretty
we did.
much. She got arrested. She drug charges.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
I'm sure
you cannot ride the cart around Walmart drinking wine.
Strung out on meth. Yeah.
Strung out on meth, eating cinnamon rolls and chicken.
She was living it up there, wasn't she?
You can't do that.
So before we get into this next one, I have something to tell you about. You know, our popularity is starting to grow a little, but we're not to that point where it's out of control. When I don't care how beloved you are, when you get to the point where, like, you know, hundreds and thousands of people.
Everybody screaming your name.
Yeah.
Bah, bah, bah.
What also increases with that are negative comments. Well, we don't get a whole lot of negative comments. And I think it's because, you know, we're just not.
We're so lovable.
We're not that big yet.
We're so lovable. Did we get negative comments?
We got sort of a negative comment, a little bit of negative feedback.
Ooh.
About the chocolate starfish.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I was informed by one of our listeners that they ended up skipping through it.
Because it was gross?
Well, I think it was part of that, and then they said that we may have taken it a little, we talked about it too long. It's a little bit of feedback. That's cool. And so I took that to heart because I want to make people happy, and I want them to listen to our show. Yeah. And I want to enjoy it. And I thought about it.
Any comments we get, we really take it to heart.
I did. I took it to heart, and I thought about it for days. Like, what am I going to do?
Really? This is the first that you've told me about. This is the first I've heard about this.
What am I going to do to make this right? I got to do something to make it right. And then I thought about it, and I was like, there's nothing to make right. We had a good time with that conversation.
We did.
And that's what this show is about. You're not going to like every single thing that we talk about. You know, even when you go to the new Star Wars movie came out, and everybody's like, oh, wow, this movie's amazing. And then you got some people that are like, oh, this movie sucks. Even the people that think it's amazing, there's parts of the movie that they're like, you know what I mean? And that's what happens. So what did I do to kind of like make up for it?
Were you mean?
No.
Oh.
I found another butthole article.
Oh, did you?
I did. And that's what we're going to go out with.
Oh, my goodness.
But what I will do is that we won't drag this one on.
Part of that is just like we have like ADD issues.
We do. We just
we either talk about something for way too long, or we just kind of skip topics like nobody's business.
And I'm sure we have sections of that in our episodes that we just don't realize that we talked about something, and before we finished, we moved on. And there's somebody out there right now. I want to know what happened to
like the Walmart story we were just talking about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is another domestic disturbance call.
Oh my gosh.
This lady.
We talk about domestic disturbances a lot.
Yeah. I pick out the articles. I don't know. This is what I'm into, I guess.
I guess because people be fighting over some crazy stuff.
Well, this woman is accused of assaulting her boyfriend. She's 52 years old.
I have no idea where this is going.
She didn't want to go to jail. Okay?
Okay.
She said she would be willing to do anything not to be arrested. That's what she said to these police officers.
So there's the domestic disturbance. The cops come and she's telling the
she's getting ready to go to jail.
All right. Did she stab him over chicken?
No. She looks at the police officer and
that
says,
That laugh was weird.
She said, I don't want to go to jail. I'll lick your butt.
Oh. Ugh. God, how desperate are you that you offer to lick a stranger's butt?
I really don't want to go to jail.
How many bad life choices have you made to get to that point?
And that's your thought, right? That's not how I took this story. My question is, there wasn't anything else before the butt licking that you could have started with?
Like ease in there a little bit?
Yeah, just like, there wasn't anything you could have offered. Like anything.
Like, I'll let you cop a feel, or, you know, like...
Hey, do you want me to take my shirt off? Like, anything like that. You immediately go, can I just lick your butt? Like, did this police officer look like he liked getting his, his...
He looks like the type.
He looks like the type. This is what I'm going to go with. I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to say this is going to work. Here's the best part. Not only was she arrested for assault, but now she is having the charges of bribery attached.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And she has to talk about that in court. Like they're going to read these charges and go over it. But but in my mind, I don't understand how you go from nothing.
Please don't take me to jail. I'll lick your butt.
That's what happened, right? And like at first the cop's probably like, ugh, is she joking? And then she had to say it again, right? Because you're not going to take that seriously.
Like, no, I'll for real lick your butt.
I'll lick your butt. I'll do it. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and take you to jail. That's pretty amazing, right?
That's incredible.
What our world is coming to is just, it's insane. Maybe the world's always been like this, and we're just now finding out because of Facebook and Twitter.
Think, I don't know. Everybody's like, oh, the things have changed, and I think that's part of it. But yeah, I think also part of it is crazy stuff probably happened, before, and everybody didn't know about it. Everybody didn't know everything that was going on everywhere all the time. Who knows?
Well, that's what I have. You got anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
No, I'm good.
No? Well, everybody, Happy New Year.
Happy 2016.
2016, Thank
you for celebrating with us.
Another year of throwing these podcasts at you.
And thank you for all the support that we got
in
2015, that we're able to still do this and people actually listen. Thank you so much.
I do have one more thing.
Okay.
A call to arms. It's time.
All right.
It's time for the Bob and Katie Show to take that next step. And we got to have you to help us.
Yeah. There's only so much we can do. The rest is up to the listeners. It's about getting our name out there, word of mouth, word of Facebook or other social media.
Is the only way that a podcast will grow, is if you look at your friend and go, hey, there's this show I listen to and it's pretty funny. That's it. So if you like this episode...
They talk about buttholes way too much, but other than that, they're pretty funny.
Yeah. Other than their butthole talk, it's pretty good. If you like this episode, when we post it, share it with someone. Share it with your page. Help us get out there. By this point, if you've been listening the whole time, you know that we went on a rant about Facebook. When I post something to the Facebook page, nobody sees it until it gets shared. So we need you to go to our page. We need you to share the stuff.
And if you like and comment on our posts, like they'll start to show up in your news feed.
Yeah.
But we need this from you guys. It takes your interaction.
And whoever it is in Molino Park, California, give us a shout out. You guys, whoever this is awesome. Every time that we put a new episode up, that is the place that gets the very first download.
Heck yes.
I don't know if they're subscribed to it. I don't know what it is, but I've never heard from them. So hit us up on Facebook, Twitter.
We really enjoy hearing from people, even if it's negative feedback. We just like hearing from people and hearing your thoughts on the show. So hit us up on our Facebook, on our Twitter, our email, our voicemail, our was it Google?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Google voicemail. The website.
Yeah, we have
www.thebobandkatieshow.com. You're killing me.
No, thebobandkatieshow.com.
And if you want to, if time management is a problem for you, you can go to thebobandkatieshow.com.
You can find everything
and from
there.
You can access Twitter, you can access Facebook, you can access episodes, you can do whatever you want from there.
We made it easy for you.
But we need this.
And I'm actually going to start blogging.
There you go.
And you can find that on our website. There's nothing there yet. I will eventually.
But this is officially a call to arms. We need the Bob and Katie Show army up and moving. We need you to do your part.
Wouldn't it be cool if like our fans got together and like made like a Bob and Katie Show fan page?
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen.
Hey, it could.
It could. You know what? You're right. It could happen. It could happen. But just in case it doesn't, I need you to go to our page and share the episodes. But thank you, everyone, and thank you in advance for everything that you're about to do to help us. Happy New Year's, 2016, the year of the Bob and the Katie. Bye.
Bye.